Captain Sung rubbed his tired eyes as he looked at the main screen of the Dauntless. The merchant ship had been traveling for 3 weeks now, carrying important supplies to the new human colony in the Corin system. The journey had been quiet, so far. Too quiet, maybe. "Captain, I'm picking up something strange," said Officer J. Her fingers moved quickly across her control panel. She had been Sung's first officer for 5 years now, and he trusted her completely. "What is it?" Sung walked over to her station. "A ship, but it's not in our database." Jay pointed to a blinking dot on her screen. "It's big, really big." Sung frowned. "How big?" "At least 3 times our size, sir." The bridge went silent. The Dauntless was not small. At 500 meters long, it was one of the larger merchant vessels in the human fleet. Something 3 times its size was concerning. "Show me," Sung ordered. The main screen changed to show the mysterious ship. It was unlike anything Sung had seen before. The vessel was long and curved like a predator's claw, with strange glowing parts along its hull. It was dark purple and black, making it hard to see against the blackness of space. "Any signals from them?" Sung asked. "Engineer." Du spoke up from his station. "No, sir, they're just watching us." "Keep our course steady," Sung said. "But ready shields just in case." Security Chief Hyan nodded and pressed several buttons. "Shields on standby, Captain." Sung sat down in his command chair. After 20 years in space, he had learned to trust his gut, and right now his gut was telling him something was wrong. "Sir," Jay called out suddenly, "they're hailing us." "Put them on screen," Sung ordered. The image on the main screen flickered and changed. Sung and his crew found themselves looking at an alien. It had scales that shimmered in different colors and a long face that reminded Sung of the lizards he had kept as pets in his childhood. But there was nothing pet-like about this creature. Its yellow eyes were cold and calculating. "Universal Translator active," reported Communications Officer Min. The alien spoke. Its mouth moved strangely, but the translator converted its words to human language. "Attention, unknown vessel. You have entered territory claimed by the Merodian Empire. Your ship and cargo are now our property. Power down your engines and prepare to be boarded." Sung stood up slowly. "I am Captain Sung of the Earth vessel Dauntless. We are on a peaceful mission to deliver supplies to our colony. We did not know this area was claimed by anyone. We are willing to discuss—" The alien cut him off. "There is nothing to discuss. Your kind are new to space. You must learn your place. Power down now, or be destroyed." Sung remained calm. "With all respect, we cannot do that. Our mission is important, and this route has been used by human ships for over a year without issue. Perhaps we can find a solution that—" The transmission ended abruptly. "They've cut the connection," Min reported. Hyun looked up from his security station with alarm. "Captain, they're powering up weapons." "Shields up now," Sung ordered. "All hands, battle stations." The alarm sounded throughout the ship. The Dauntless was a merchant vessel, but all human ships were built ready for defense. Humanity had learned that lesson the hard way in the early days of space travel. "They're firing," Jay shouted. The ship shook as the alien weapon hit their shields. The lights flickered for a moment. "Shields at 65%, Hyun reported. That was just one hit." Engineer Du was already moving between control panels. "Rerouting power to strengthen the shields," he said. "But we can't take many more hits like that." The ship shook again. "Shields at 40%, Hyun called out. Sung grabbed the arms of his chair. "Return fire. Target their weapon systems only." "Firing," Hyun confirmed. The Dauntless fired back, its laser weapons hitting the alien ship. But the alien vessel's shields barely flickered. "Minimal damage to their shields," Jay reported. "Our weapons aren't strong enough." The ship shook a third time, more violently now. "Shields at 20%. We have damage on decks 3 and 4. Hyun's voice was tense. Medical Officer Jin called from the medical bay. "We have injuries down here. Nothing life-threatening yet, but we need to stop taking hits." Sung knew they couldn't win a direct fight. The Dauntless was built for trade, not war. "Do we have enough power for a jump?" he asked Engineer Do. Do shook his head. Not a full jump, but maybe a short one, just enough to surprise them. Do it, Sung ordered. Navigator Yoon, plot a course that will put us behind them. Yoon nodded and began working quickly at her station. Course plotted, sir. On my mark, Sung said, watching the alien ship on the screen. It was preparing to fire again. 3, 2, 1. Now. The Dauntless disappeared in a flash of blue light, using its emergency jump system to move a short distance through space. A moment later, it reappeared behind the alien vessel. We're in position, Yoon called out. Their shields are weaker at the rear, Jay added, scanning the alien ship. They didn't expect us to jump. Fire everything we've got at their engines, Sung ordered. The Dauntless unleashed all its weapons. Lasers and plasma bolts hit the back of the alien ship. This time, the alien's shields couldn't absorb all the damage. Direct hit, Hyun reported, with satisfaction. Their engine power is dropping. The alien ship tried to turn around, but it was slow and clumsy now. They're hailing us again, Min said. On screen, Sung ordered. The alien commander appeared again. This time its cold confidence was gone, replaced by anger and surprise. How did you? Your ship shouldn't be able to do that. Sung stood tall. You know very little about humans and our ships. We don't want to fight, but we will defend ourselves. Power down your weapons and we can talk. This isn't over, the alien hissed. No one challenges the Merodian Empire. The transmission cut off again. The alien ship's engines flared as it moved away at top speed. They're retreating, Jay said, sounding surprised. For now, Sung replied. He turned to Engineer Do. Damage report? We'll need repairs, but nothing we can't handle, Do said. The jump system is offline, though. We used all its power. Sung nodded and addressed the entire bridge crew. Good work, everyone. But I don't think we've seen the last of them. Officer Min, send a message to Earth Command. Tell them we've made first contact with a hostile species calling themselves the Merodian Empire. As the alien ship disappeared from their scanners, Sung couldn't help but feel that this was just the beginning of something much bigger. Maintain course to the colony, he ordered, and keep shields up. Something tells me our new friends might come back with more ships next time. The Dauntless continued on its journey, damaged but not defeated. And somewhere out in space, the Merodians were learning a valuable lesson. Attacking a human vessel never ends well. The Dauntless limped toward the human colony on Corin 4. The ship had taken damage, but Captain Sung was proud of his crew. They had survived their first encounter with the Merodian aliens. How much longer until we reach the colony? Sung asked. Navigator Yoon. About 4 hours, sir, she replied. We're moving slower because of the damage to our engines. Engineer Do approached the captain with a tablet. I've finished the full damage report, he said. Engines are at 70%. Shields are still recharging. We won't be at full strength for at least a day. Sung nodded. And our jump system? Completely drained. We used all its emergency power for that short jump. It needs special fuel that we can only get at the colony. First Officer Jay walked over from her station. Sir, I've been studying the scan data we got from the alien ship. I found something interesting. What is it? Sung asked. Jay showed him her tablet. Their weapons are powerful, but their shield technology is less advanced than ours. It's strong at the front but weak at the sides and back, almost like they've never needed to defend themselves from all angles before. Security Chief Hyun joined them. That would explain why our rear attack was so effective. They don't expect anyone to fight back once they start shooting. Bullies who've never been stood up to, Sung said quietly. Classic. The bridge door opened and Medical Officer Jin entered. All injured crew members are stable, she reported. Most injuries were minor. We got lucky. Good work, Jin, Sung said. Everyone, return to your stations. I want to reach the colony as soon as possible, Azu. The crew dispersed. The ship's sensors began to beep. Captain, Jay called out, her voice tense. 3 ships approaching, fast. Sung felt his stomach drop. Merodian? Yes. One is the ship we encountered earlier. The other two are smaller but similar design. They called for backup, Hyun said. And they're between us and the colony. Sung thought quickly. His ship was damaged. They couldn't jump away. And now they faced 3 enemy ships instead of 1. Options? He asked his crew. Engineer Du spoke first. We could try to run, go around them, but we're slow right now. They would catch us, Navigator Yoon said. Their engines are faster than ours even when we're at full power. We could try to fight, Hyun suggested. But against 3 ships, we'd lose. Jay finished. Sung looked at the main screen. The 3 alien ships were moving into position to surround the Dauntless. What about the asteroid field? Sung asked, pointing to a dense cluster of space rocks not far from their position. Yoon shook her head. That's the Corin Belt, sir. It's too dangerous. The rocks are too densely packed. For a big ship, yes, Sung agreed. But those alien ships are much larger than us, and they're not as maneuverable. Du suddenly smiled. And I bet they don't have our mapping technology. We have detailed scans of that asteroid field. They probably don't. Exactly, Sung said. Yoon, plot a course through the Corin Belt, the narrowest path you can find that our ship can still fit through. Yes, sir. Du, I need all the power you can give to engines and sensors. On it, Captain. Hyun, keep weapons ready, but divert non-essential power to shields. Understood. Everyone else, secure for rough maneuvering. This will not be a smooth ride. The crew worked quickly to prepare the ship. On the main screen, the 3 Merodian vessels moved closer. They're hailing us, Communications Officer Min reported. Let's hear what they have to say, Sung ordered. The alien commander appeared on screen again. It looked angrier than before. Human ship. You damaged an Imperial vessel. That is a serious crime. Surrender now, and your crew will be sent to a labor camp instead of being executed. Sung faced the screen calmly. This is Captain Sung. We acted in self-defense after you attacked us without provocation. We have no quarrel with your empire. But we will not surrender our ship or our crew. The alien made a strange sound that the translator didn't catch. Then you will be destroyed. The Merodian Empire does not show mercy to those who resist. Neither do humans when threatened, Sung replied, then nodded to Min to cut the transmission. Course plotted through the asteroid field, Yoon announced. It will be extremely tight in some places. All power to engines, Sung ordered. Take us in. The Dauntless surged forward, heading straight for the dense field of asteroids. The Merodian ships followed immediately. They're firing, Hyun called. Out. The ship shook as a blast hit their shields. Shields holding at 40%, Hyun reported. Entering the asteroid field now, Yoon said, her hands steady on the controls. The view from the main screen changed as the Dauntless slipped between, massive rocks floating in space. Some were small, just the size of a shuttle. Others were as large as small moons. First tight passage coming up, Yoon warned. The ship turned sideways, barely squeezing between 2 massive asteroids. The entire vessel groaned with the stress. The largest Merodian ship is still following us, Jay reported. The 2 smaller ones are staying at the edge of the field. Good, Sung said. They're afraid. The Dauntless continued its dangerous path through the asteroid field. Yoon's hands moved with incredible speed as she guided the ship through gaps that seemed too small to fit. Next passage is the tightest one, she said. We'll have less than 2 meters of clearance on each side. Everyone hold on, Sung ordered. The ship slowed slightly as it approached an extremely narrow gap between 2 slowly spinning asteroids. The Merodian ship is still behind us, Jay said. But they're hesitating. They should, Doe muttered. Their ship is too big for this pass. The Dauntless slipped into the narrow passage. Metal scraped against rock as the ship squeezed through. Warning lights flashed across the control panels. Hull integrity at 90%, Du reported. Minor damage only. We're through, Yoon exclaimed. On the main screen, they could see the large Merodian ship pause before the narrow passage. Then, surprisingly, it tried to follow them. They're going to try to force their way through, Hyun said with disbelief. They're too big, Du said. They'll... A loud rumble interrupted him as the asteroid shifted. The Merodian ship had pushed into the passage with too much force. The rocks moved, scraping against the alien vessel's hull. Alarms could be seen flashing inside the Merodian bridge through their viewports. They're stuck, Jay said. The crew watched as the Merodian ship struggled to free itself. Its engines glowed brighter as it pushed forward, but this only made things worse. The asteroids closed in tighter. Their hull is breaching, Hyun reported. They're losing atmosphere. Sung stood up. Yoon, stop our retreat. Min, hail them. The alien commander appeared on screen again. This time there was fear in its eyes as alarms blared behind it. This is Captain Sung. Your ship is in danger. We can help you, but you must. Power down your weapons first. The alien hesitated, then nodded. Our weapons are powering down. Can we use our tractor beam to stabilize those asteroids? Sung asked. Yes, but it will drain our remaining power, the engineer replied. Do it, Sung ordered. Hyun, be ready to transport survivors if their ship breaks apart. The crew of the Dauntless worked quickly to help the trapped alien vessel. It took nearly an hour, but finally the Merodian ship was free, though heavily damaged. Your ship can still fly, but not very far, Sung told the alien commander. We will escort you to the edge of the asteroid field. The alien looked confused. Why would you help us after we tried to destroy you? Because that's what humans do, Sung replied simply. We defend ourselves when attacked, but we don't leave others to die when we can help. As the two ships slowly made their way out of the asteroid field, Sung knew that the Merodians had learned an important lesson today. Attacking a human vessel never ends well, but humans could be powerful allies when treated with respect. 2 days had passed since the Dauntless helped the damaged Merodian ship escape the asteroid field. The human vessel had finally reached the colony on Corin 4, where they unloaded their supplies and began repairs. Captain Sung stood in the colony's command center, looking at a large screen that showed the space around the Corin system. Colony leader Han, a short woman with sharp eyes, stood beside him. The Merodians aren't giving up, Han said. Our long-range scanners have detected a fleet of their ships heading this way. 7 vessels, all larger than the ones you encountered. Sung frowned. How long until they get here? 3 days, maybe 4. Han turned to face him. We've sent a distress call to Earth, but the nearest military ships are 2 weeks away. The colony's defenses won't stop a fleet that size. Sung said. Han nodded. We know, that's why we need your help. My ship is still being repaired. We can fight, but not against 7 warships. Han smiled slightly. We don't need you to fight them directly, we need you to buy us time. She pointed to a different part of the screen. There's an old mining station here, at the edge of the system. It's been abandoned for years, but its communication systems still work. We think we can use it to trick the Merodians. Sung looked at the station's location. What's your plan? The next morning, the Dauntless left the colony. Its repairs weren't complete, but it could fly and fight if needed. Captain Sung gathered his crew on the bridge. We're heading to the abandoned mining station, he told them. Engineer Du and a team from the colony have prepared something special for us there. Are we really going to face 7 enemy ships? Navigator Yoon asked. Not if our plan works, Sung replied. The Merodians think they're hunting us. We're going to show them what it feels like to be hunted instead. 6 hours later, the Dauntless docked at the old mining station. It was a large structure built into an asteroid, with old equipment still attached to its outer hull. Engineer Du met with a team of colony engineers who had arrived earlier. Together, they worked on installing new devices on the Dauntless. What exactly are they doing to our ship? First Officer Jay asked as she watched from a viewport. Something the colony has been developing, Sung explained. A technology that can make a ship appear to be something it's not. Like a mask for our ship? Security Chief Hyun asked. Exactly, Sung said. By tomorrow, when the Merodians arrive, they won't see one human ship. They'll see a whole fleet. The next day, the Dauntless waited near the mining station. The new devices had been installed and tested. Now they just needed the Merodians to arrive. Enemy ships entering the system, Jay announced. 7 vessels, approaching fast. Are they heading for the colony? Sung asked. No. They're coming straight for us. They must have detected our ship. Good, Sung said with a smile. That means our bait worked. Is the mining station ready? Yes, sir, Communications Officer Min confirmed. They can activate on your command. Tell them to wait for my signal. Everyone else, prepare for our performance. Remember, we need to make this look real. The crew took their positions. On the main screen, they could see the 7 Merodian ships getting closer. They were arranged in a V formation, with the largest ship at the center. They're hailing us, Min reported. Right. On time, Sung said. Put them on screen. The alien commander appeared. It was not the same one they had helped escape the asteroid field. This one was older, with darker scales and more decorations on its uniform. Human vessel, the commander said. I am High Commander Vel of the Merodian Empire. You have damaged Imperial property and interfered with Imperial business. Surrender now or be destroyed. Sung stood tall. This is Captain Sung of the Earth vessel Dauntless. We acted in self-defense after your ships attacked us without cause. We even helped your damaged ship afterward. We have no quarrel with your empire. Your mercy was weakness, Vel replied. And it has given us valuable information about your ship's capabilities. You are outnumbered and outgunned. This is your final warning. Sung nodded to Min, who cut the transmission. They're moving. Into attack formation, Hyun reported. Wait until they're fully committed, Sung ordered. When I give the word, activate the mining station and our new devices. The Merodian ships spread out, preparing to surround the Dauntless. Their weapons powered up, glowing ominously against the blackness of space now, Sung said calmly. Min sent the signal to the mining station. Suddenly, the station's powerful transmitters activated. They sent out special signals that the new devices on the Dauntless picked up and amplified. On the Merodian ship's sensors, it would appear as if 12 human warships had suddenly appeared out of nowhere, surrounding the alien fleet. Are they seeing it? Sung asked. Yes, Jay confirmed, monitoring the Merodians' communications. They're confused and alarmed. Their sensors show multiple large ships where there are none. They think they've been ambushed, Hyun added with satisfaction. Min, send the message we prepared, Sung ordered. Min nodded and transmitted a pre-recorded message to all Merodian ships. On their screens, they would see what appeared to be an admiral of the Earth Fleet. Merodian vessels. This is Admiral Kim of the 3rd Earth Defense Fleet. You have entered protected human space and threatened a peaceful vessel. Power down your weapons and withdraw immediately, or we will open fire. The message was actually just a colonist in a borrowed uniform, but the Merodians didn't know that. As far as they could tell, they were suddenly surrounded by a superior force. They're panicking, Jay reported, listening to the confused chatter between the alien ships. Some want to fight, others want to retreat. Their formation is breaking, Hyun said. 3 ships are turning around. Sung nodded to Min. Send the second message. Another transmission went out to the Merodians. This is your final warning. You have 10 seconds to begin withdrawal. On the main screen, Sung and his crew watched as the alien fleet fell into disarray. 2 more ships turned to flee. Their lead ship is still holding position, Jay said. Hi. Commander Vel isn't convinced. Then let's convince him, Sung replied. Can we fire a warning shot that looks like it came from one of our phantom ships? Yes, sir, Du said. He had been working at a special control panel connected to the new devices. I can make it appear as if the shot came from behind them. Do it, Sung ordered. The Dauntless fired a single laser blast, carefully aimed to miss the Merodian ships. But thanks to the special devices, the Merodians' sensors would show the shot coming from one of the phantom Earth ships behind them. The effect was immediate. The lead Merodian vessel quickly turned around, joining the others in retreat. They're all withdrawing, Jay announced with a smile. They're running at full speed. The bridge crew cheered as they watched the 7 powerful alien warships flee from an enemy that didn't actually exist. Should we pursue them, sir? Hyun asked eagerly. Sung shook his head. No need. They've learned their lesson for today. Besides, our trick won't work for long. Once they analyze their sensor data carefully, they'll realize they were fooled. He turned to his crew. Well done, everyone. Let's return to the colony and finish our repairs. I have a feeling this isn't the last we'll see of the Merodians, but next time they'll think twice before attacking a human vessel. As the Dauntless headed back to Corin 4, Sung couldn't help but smile. Humans might not have the biggest ships or the strongest weapons, but they had something the Merodians didn't understand yet: creativity. And sometimes that was the most powerful weapon of all. 1 week after tricking the Merodian fleet, the Dauntless was fully repaired. The colony on Corin 4 had given Captain Sung and his crew everything they needed to fix their ship. As a thank you for protecting the colony, they had even added some upgrades to the vessel's systems. Captain Sung stood on the bridge looking at his crew with pride. Earth Command has responded to our reports about the Merodians, he announced. They're sending 3 military ships to help protect the colony. They'll arrive in 5 days. And what about us, sir? First Officer Jay asked. We have new orders. We're to return to Earth immediately to share everything we've learned about the Merodians. Our encounters with them are the first detailed information Earth has about this species. The crew nodded, understanding the importance of their mission. When do we leave? Navigator Yoon asked. Tomorrow morning, Sung replied. Today, we'll help the colony set up better defenses in case the Merodians return before our military ships arrive. As the crew prepared for their final day at the colony, Communications Officer Min called out from her station. Captain, I'm picking up a signal. It's a Merodian ship. Everyone on the bridge froze. Just one ship? Sung asked, moving quickly to Min's station. Yes, sir, and it's small, not a warship. Min looked confused. They're broadcasting on an open channel. They want to talk. Sung exchanged looks with his officers. Put it on screen. The main screen flickered, and a familiar face appeared. It you was the commander of the first Merodian ship they had encountered, the one they had helped escape from the asteroid field. Captain Sung, the alien said, I am Sub-Commander Nex of the Merodian Scout Division. I wish to speak with you peacefully. We're listening, Sung replied cautiously. I come alone and unarmed. My vessel has no weapons active. I request permission to dock with your colony station for direct talks. Sung considered this. Why should we trust you after your people have attacked us twice? Because I owe you my life, Nex answered simply. And because what I have to tell you is important for both our peoples. After discussing it with colony leader Han, Sung agreed to meet with Nex. Security Chief Hyun insisted on being present, along with a team of guards from the colony. The meeting took place in a small conference room in the colony's main building. Nex arrived alone as promised. Up close, the Merodian looked less threatening than on a screen. Its scales shifted color slightly with each movement, creating an almost beautiful effect. Thank you for meeting with me, Nex said, sitting down across from Sung and Han. What is so important that you would risk coming here alone? Sung asked. Nex placed a small device on the table. This contains information about my empire that my leaders would execute me for sharing. But after what happened in the asteroid field, I believe it is necessary. Why? Han asked. Because you helped us when you could have let us die, Nex replied. That changed things for me. It made me question what I had been taught about other species. Nex activated the device, which projected a map of the galaxy. Several areas were highlighted in different colors. The Merodian Empire has been expanding for 300 years, Nex explained. We conquer. We take resources. We make other species serve us. It's what we've always done. Sung and Han studied the map with concern. Your Earth isn't on our star charts yet, Nex continued. When we first encountered your ship, we thought you were a new, weak species from a nearby system. We didn't know humans had traveled so far from their homeworld. And now? Sung asked. Now High Commander Vel is preparing a proper invasion fleet. The trick with the Phantom ships only delayed him. He believes your colony is vulnerable. Han looked alarmed. How many ships? 20 warships. They'll be here in 2 weeks? Nex pointed to another part of the map. But there's something else. You should know. The Empire isn't as strong as it appears. We're overextended, fighting rebellions in 3 different systems. Our leaders don't want anyone to know this. Sung leaned forward. Why are you telling us this? Nex's scales shifted to a darker color. Because in 300 years of conquest, I've never seen a species help an enemy who tried to destroy them. It made me think that perhaps there are better ways than endless war. Sung and Han shared a look. This was valuable information, but they needed to verify it. What do you want in return for this? Han asked suspiciously. Nothing, Nex replied. Consider it payment of a debt for saving my life. What you do with this information is your choice. After Nex left, Sung, Han, and the rest of the Dauntless crew gathered to discuss what they had learned. If this information is true, we need to get it to Earth immediately, Han said. But we can't leave you defenseless against 20 warships, Sung argued. Engineer Du, who had been quiet until now, spoke up. What if we don't have to choose? What if we could send the information and help protect the colony at the same time? Everyone turned to look at him. The Phantom ship technology worked once, Du explained. But the Merodians will be looking for that trick next time. However, if we combine it with some other ideas I have... He smiled slyly. 2 weeks later, High Commander Vel led his fleet of 20 warships into the Corin system. He was confident that this time, the humans would be crushed. His scientists had analyzed the sensor data from their last encounter and discovered the deception. They wouldn't fall for Phantom ships again. What Vel didn't expect was to find the entire system surrounded by small, unmanned drones. Each one was only the size of a shuttle, but together they formed a complex network that the Merodians couldn't scan through. What are these devices? Vel demanded of his science officer. Unknown, High Commander, but they're blocking our sensors. We can't see what's waiting for us on the other side. Vel growled in frustration. Destroy them. Clear a path. For our ships. The Merodian fleet fired at the drones, but for each one they destroyed, 2 more seemed to appear. And as they moved deeper into the system, strange energy readings began to confuse their sensors even more. What Vel couldn't know was that behind this screen of drones and electronic interference was not just the human colony, but a fleet of Earth's most powerful warships. The Dauntless had delivered Nex's information to Earth using its fastest communication systems, and Earth had responded by sending not just the 3 ships they had promised, but 15 of their newest vessels. Tior. First Merodian ship to break through the drone screen found itself face-to-face with 3 human battleships. Before Vel could order a retreat, the human ships had surrounded his fleet. Merodian vessels came the transmission from the lead Earth ship. This is Admiral Park of the Earth Defense Fleet. Your invasion has been anticipated and countered. You are outnumbered and outmatched. Surrender now, or be destroyed. Vel stared at his view screen in shock. How had the humans known they were coming? How had they assembled such a force so quickly? As Vel considered his options, he received another transmission. This one showed Captain Sung standing beside a familiar figure, Sub-Commander Nex. High Commander, Sung said. As you can see, not all your people believe in endless war. We offer you the same choice we gave Nex. Peace or destruction. The decision is yours. On his own bridge, Vel looked at the human ships surrounding his fleet. He thought about the rebellion stretching his forces thin across the Empire, and for the first time in his long military career, he gave the order to stand down. Later, as the peace talks began, Captain Sung stood on the observation deck of the Dauntless, looking out at the stars. First Officer Jay joined him. Earth Command is calling you a hero, she said. They say you've prevented a war that could have cost millions of lives. Sung shook his head. I just did what any human would do. We defended ourselves when attacked, showed mercy when we could, and offered peace when it was possible. The Merodians are learning that there are consequences to their actions, Jay observed. Yes, Sung agreed. They're learning what many others will learn in time. Attacking a human vessel never ends well, but befriending humans can lead to peace that benefits everyone. As the Dauntless prepared for its journey back to Earth, news of the encounter with the Merodians spread throughout. Known space. Other species took note. Humans were not to be underestimated. They were creative, adaptable, and surprisingly merciful. They could be the most dangerous enemies or the most valuable allies. It was a lesson the galaxy would not soon forget.